What is going on, guys, and welcome to AS Tech. And Google just announced their new smartphones for 2015, the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 5X. So I'm going to be taking a look at them and giving you my first impressions. So let's get started. So the Nexus 6P actually comes with a big 5.7 inch Quad HD display. And what's also really special about the display, it's also AMOLED. And AMOLED displays are amazing. They give you really punchy colors and super deep black since they're able to turn off the pixels individually. Now moving on to the camera of the Nexus 6P. The camera is a 12.3 megapixel camera coming in at an aperture of 2.0 and is capable of 4K video recording. Nexus says that this is actually going to be a very good camera, except then again the history with Google Nexus phones is that they don't offer really good experiences. But Google actually says that it's going to be a great camera, so I'm honestly really excited to test this out and see how it actually performs. I'm not the biggest fan of the Google camera since it doesn't offer you that much functionality, but if the pictures will be good without great software, then I can't wait to see how this is actually going to turn out. And now to the selling point of the Nexus 6P. Most people don't like Android skins because they make the phone clunky and just an uglier look in general. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S6 and they actually improved on their software, but it's nowhere to the point where it looks as good as stock Android or performs as good as stock Android either. So this is actually a great selling point, and also runs Android 6.0, so the newest version of Android, and you'll be the first ones to get updates since this is a Google phone. The phone also has a USB Type-C, which we also seen in OnePlus 2, which I heard was really bad because it charged slow and you only had one USB-C connector since most people don't use USB-C other than the new Mac Chromebook Pixel. But what's great about actually USB-C port on the Nexus 6P is actually that it has fast charging, which was a big problem with the OnePlus 2. That fast charging probably won't be needed because this phone actually comes with a big 3450 milliamp hour battery, which is really big, but then again, that also depends on software and hardware and stuff like that. So I can't really say if the battery is gonna be good. That needs to be tested in real life. But from the spec of the battery, it's a pretty big battery, and we've seen phones like the Note 5 have a 3000 milliamp hour battery and last the full day. So an extra about 500 milliamps should make a difference, but then again, that is yet to be seen. The processor on this phone is a Snapdragon 810 version 2.1. So the Snapdragon 810 actually has overheating problems, but this is actually a newer version of the Snapdragon 810. So I can't wait to see if it actually fixes those overheating issues or has better performance and just a more efficient chip in general. So that's something that I want to see also. The Nexus 6P actually also comes with a fingerprint scanner. Fingerprint scanners on Android phones are actually starting to come in, and they're getting better and better. So what I heard with the OnePlus 2 is actually that it had a really fast fingerprint scanner, and I heard this one is even faster than that. Apparently you could just tap the phone and it'll just launch you right into the home screen. Huawei has actually been making really good fingerprint scanners, and this seems to be one of the best ones on any phone, even the iPhone. On the front camera, it actually has an 8 megapixel camera with an aperture of 2.4, captures HD video at 30 FPS, so that's pretty standard for cameras nowadays, except the 8 megapixels is actually a big bump. Most of the time in Android phones we see about maximum 5, sometimes 8 like on the LG G4, but having 8 megapixels will give you tons of detail in your pictures. Except then again, that also has to rely on camera optics and sensors, so that's also yet to be tested. The phone has 3 gigabytes of onboard storage, which should allow for a lot of multitasking and lets you hold your memory on your apps a lot longer. The storage comes in at 32 gigabytes, 64 or 128, which is actually also pretty standard. Good thing that they included 32 gigabytes as the base model, given that now that we have 4K video recording and bigger files, we're actually going to need a lot more storage. Google has also upped the quality on their phones. I wasn't a big fan of that rubbery, I don't know what kind of material it was, but that rubbery feel on the last generation Nexus 6. The phone has an aluminum backing in colors frost, graphite, and aluminum, which will make for really good quality phones, and the colors I'm not the biggest fan of, but the one I actually do like is the aluminum and the graphite. I am a big fan of blue, but the frost just doesn't appeal to me that much. For the speakers, it comes with dual front-facing speakers, which is a big plus for me. I'm not the biggest fan of back-facing speakers, or especially bottom-facing speakers, because you cover them up very easily. But front-facing speakers, I tried them out on phones like the HTC One M9, and once you try those, it's just incredible how good the experience it is compared to other phones. So I'm glad that they included that. So that wraps up. Hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for brand new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.